All right, welcome to today's version of Pep Talk. And the Super Bowl just ended, and a couple of really cool things that came out of that Super Bowl, I thought. One was the fact that the coach for the Eagles, Doug Peterson, just 7 years ago was coaching in high school. And I'm sure if you'd have asked him 7 years ago while he was coaching in high school, or said, hey, coach, I think in 7 years you're going to be coaching the Philadelphia Eagles and you guys are going to win the Super Bowl. And you're going to beat the Patriots, by the way. I'm sure that he would have thought, well, I don't know about that. That seems a little far-fetched to me. Same time, you had the Eagles quarterback, Nick Foles, who I read an article about him the other day that said probably the reason that he was where he was now, Super Bowl MVP, world champion quarterback, Philadelphia Eagles, was because of the failures that he had experienced throughout his career and how they helped him progress and get to where he is now. So I just thought about those two things, and I thought in both of those situations, just like all of us, that really our lives are just a series of choices that we make in response to the circumstances or the situations we find ourselves in. It's about choices. It's about the choice that you make. So there are two quotes that I want to leave you with here today to think about in terms of choices, because every day we all have numerous choices that we have to make regarding, our health or our academics or our athletics or our relationships or whatever they are. Those things are all built around the choices that we make. So there's a guy named Charles Swindoll that had a quote, and basically it said this. It said that that life is 90% what happens to you and 10% how you respond to it. That's not right. That's not right at all. Think about that. 90% what happens to you and 10% how you respond to it. Then that would mean that the choices that you make really aren't that significant. The actual reality of it is, and the quote that he actually said correctly, is that life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it. 90% how you respond to it. The other quote's from John Wooden, legendary basketball coach, that said this. It's just a little poem. This goes like this. He goes, there is a choice you have to make in everything you do. So keep in mind that in the end, the choice you make makes you. So keep in mind that in the end, the choice you make makes you. We all got choices to make. Whether we're successful, whether we failed, whether we're in good situation, whether we're in bad situation, whether we feel like things are going our way or not going our way, there's still a choice that we have to make. And in the end, I believe Coach Wooden is right. And I believe Mr. Swindoll is right. 90% of life is how you respond to the 10% of the circumstances that you get to. And then, again, it's not the choice you make in the end, the choice you make makes you. Make good choices. Have a great day.